What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kpop Kimchi Podcast, where we love spicy kimchi and hot, spicy K-pop takes. I am your host, Justin Turnow, with my co-host, Brian Limper. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just chilling.
Just chilling?
Just chilling over here on my bed.
It is about bedtime, but we'll have to power through the podcast, but I will say it is about bedtime.
I think this bedroom's haunted.
Is it?
I think that's why I haven't been sleeping very good.
Why? What happened?
I don't know. I think it's just haunted, man. I always since you were here the last 2 days I've been sleeping in the bedroom again.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'll literally fall asleep and then I have the craziest dream and I'll wake up every 30 minutes and I can't get back to sleep.
That's weird. You just need to take the awesome air mattress you have, which is awesome, and just move it back out in the living room.
Yeah, I just need to go back in the living room because the last couple days I just haven't gotten any sleep. Freaking super tired.
It's probably that squirrel hanging on your window.
Dude, that was the craziest thing ever.
That was really crazy.
It makes me think that he's
We can talk about that.
It makes me think he's watching me or something.
Well, he was just hanging out there. I was like, what is on the window? And it was just a squirrel. And I was like, how is he even on the window? But he was on the screen, so that made sense. I literally thought he was just stuck on the glass.
Yeah, it was weird because it was a morning time, so the sun was shining through the blinds, and all you could see was the outline of the squirrel on the window.
So pretty much what happened was when I came up to see you, Brian, because we went to Itzy in Minneapolis, which, spoiler, that's what we're going to talk about on this episode, and it was really awesome. But to kick it off was I went up to Brian's on Saturday night and got there and we hung out, and then that morning, Sunday morning, the day of the Itzy show, we woke up not super early, but early so we could drive all the way to Minneapolis. But there was this squirrel that was stuck on his bedroom window on the screen eating something, and it woke me up, and I saw it through the blinds, and it was just this body hanging there, and I was like, what the heck is going on outside? It was a really weird day to start the journey.
Yeah, because I even opened up the blinds. I thought maybe he'd run away or something, but he was just chilling there.
Was he eating something or what?
Yeah, he was eating a chip or a corn nut or something.
Oh, that's why he was because he was literally just chilling on your window. And the sun was, he had a giant shadow of just this fat squirrel hanging on your window. He was a really big
squirrel.
It was one of the biggest squirrels I've ever seen. And he was just scratching the window, and it woke me up. And I was just so confused about what was is someone trying to get in your window? But it turns out it was just a weird squirrel.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I didn't know squirrels did that.
I didn't really know that either. It was odd. I honestly thought it was your upstairs neighbors being loud or something. And then when I realized it was outside, and that's what it was.
He's probably watching me when I sleep. That's probably why I can't sleep.
That's probably why you can't sleep. You probably just need to go out and sleep in the living room with the air mattress.
I can feel a squirrel eyes looking at me.
The squirrel's staring into your soul when you're napping and sleeping at night.
Yeah, I can't even normally I take naps after work before I go work out at the gym, but the last couple of days I can't even fall asleep and take a nap peacefully.
That's really weird. Good thing you're moving.
Yeah, good thing I'm leaving in 7 days.
In a week, so you don't have to sleep in the haunted squirrel room anymore.
That's true. Man, that'll be the best.
But pretty much what we did after the squirrel woke us up was we made the fun trip to Minneapolis, which I think was a pretty great drive.
Yeah, it's fun. It didn't feel like it was 6 hours.
I think it was 6 hours, but it really didn't feel like it at all. I mean, we made a few stops and got drinks and stuff, but it didn't feel like it took forever. I mean, it kind of seemed like we just got there and we're we're already here.
Yeah, it's pretty much a straight line. And it was pretty decent outside, so...
It was sunny most of the time, and then once we got a little bit closer, it was a little cloudy, but we didn't get any bad weather or anything like that. It was, the roads were all good to go, which was a big deal.
At least when we finally got there, it was 3 degrees.
Oh, when we actually got to Minneapolis, it was very cold. And it was snowing, and it was the coldest place I've ever felt.
Yeah, it was really cold. And then we like had to go. At least we got to park in that parking garage overnight for like $6.
Yeah, we found a parking garage right next to. We stayed in like this apartment building for we like rented a room from an apartment building, and that was maybe one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, trying to find a key to try and get where we're supposed to sleep.
Yeah, it was super complicated because you're supposed to like go put this key code in this crazy lockbox in order to get the key ring out so you could like scan in and go into the place.
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure out how to get into it. And then I called the people, and it's because they didn't give me a key code to begin with.
Yeah. Well, they sent you all these elaborate directions on the email, so we were like following it, like go up the stairs, turn left, go through the glass doors, find the block box that says this, and punch in this code, and you'll get your key. And we wandered around trying to find it, and once we did, we're like, okay, we can do it. We can get the key, we can punch it in, we can go upstairs, put our stuff down, and then go to the concert. And then, sure enough, like you said, there was no code.
Yeah, luckily the people like answered the phone right away and gave me a code. But yeah, that's super weird. It was literally like finding like buried treasure on a treasure map.
Yeah,
Like it's
it
a
was
scavenger
it
hunt.
was like a scavenger hunt treasure map to try and find the key, because it was legit an apartment building, so it's not like there was someone at a front desk that was like, "Oh, here's your key. This is where you check in." There was really no check-in. We just walked in, and it was super nice. We just couldn't figure it out because the person was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to give you your code." It's like, "Oh, thanks. That would be helpful since that's like the most important thing we need."
Yeah, so we wasted like 30 minutes trying to figure that out.
Yeah. But
But
luckily you called them and they answered, and we got the code, and we had like just enough time to get to the concert venue.
yeah, because the concert venue is only like a 5-minute walk from where we were staying, so that was nice.
I will say the apartment we stayed in though was like really cool.
Yeah, it was super nice.
It's just like a 2-bedroom apartment in like downtown Minneapolis, so it was really dope to just like stay there because I'd never really been in an apartment like that before.
And we recorded an awesome video there that maybe you guys will be able to see.
Hopefully this weekend, which is us going there and part of our trip and just our recap after the concert on what we
Of
thought.
literally what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but that could be coming out Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully this
We'll
weekend.
see.
Hopefully this weekend on our official Kpop Kimchi YouTube channel. So definitely check our YouTube channel out.
Go check that out. Well, hopefully we can get more videos and stuff and have the videos for like YouTube and then I guess episode video. Well, I guess not really videos. Episode episodes of the podcast are the same because we can upload them to both of them
Yeah.
once I move back down
And
south.
once you move back, we'll be able to do more video stuff. So that'll all be in the works.
That'll be fun.
But as far as the concert goes, now that we've had a couple days to kind of, I guess, think about it, that we're past it, what are your thoughts on it still?
It was really dope.
Yeah, it was
Everything
awesome.
was really cool. I keep seeing like videos, like people posting videos of it. And I'm like, man, I can't believe that I was there and I actually saw them.
I know, it was like a surreal thing, but it was really fun. Like, it was a really good time from start to finish.
Yeah, it was. Everybody, all the fans were like super hyped too, so that made it even better.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that made it really cool. It was in just like a older theater kind of place where you would see like
Like Romeo and
musicals and
Juliet.
plays and operas or all that stuff. So it wasn't just like some like building. It was actually like a nice theater with like a second, nice level, and there was like art on the wall. It was really fancy, but it was really cool because the crowd was just super super lively the whole time. Everyone was freaking out for Itzy, and I wasn't sure because the weather kind of sucked and it's kind of a random place for a show. I was like, oh, I hope that a lot of people come, but it was definitely sold out.
Oh yeah, there's every seat was taken, like it was packed. But uh, they had like an intro video that introduced them, and like everybody was like freaking out.
Yeah, it was really good and it was really well done. It went really fast. I think that's just because it was so fun that you lose track of time, and they're like, "All right, our last song or whatever." And I was like, "What the heck? I swear it just started." But it was such an amazing show. We had really good seats. We were like really close, and that
Yeah,
made it like a lot better.
The opening song was Icy, wasn't it?
Yeah, they came out to Icy, performed a couple songs, and then they kind of got into their intros, and they had like a host there that kind of led, like, you know, that kind of like dictated everything that was going on, since it was like a fan meet. And they I think after that, did they play some games, or did they take questions?
I think that was one of the games. What
Yeah.
was the second song they played?
Want It. I think it's called Want It. It's a B-side, and it's really good.
No. The second, no, I remember. The other one, remember they played the It's Summer one, because that was one of the
It's
questions.
Summer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they played Icy, then they played It's Summer, and then they started, like, did their intros.
Yeah.
And then the MC dude, like, said they were going to play the games and stuff, and then that's when they, like, remember they had the fans came on that, like, sent in videos, and they, like, answered the questions, and that was, like, part of their little game thing.
Yeah, the
and, like,
opening, I guess, of the
section.
games were when there was only a couple questions, and they just had some fans that were there, like, send in a video earlier, like you said, and they asked a question, and then the members answered it and all that stuff. I swear everyone who asked a question was in, like, the last row in the very top.
Yeah,
they're like, because they were like, "Where are you?" in the crowd, and they'd stand up and they'd be like way far away.
At least one girl got them to sing Happy Birthday to her, so that was cool.
Oh yeah, she said it was like her birthday and all that stuff, and then Itzy sang her Happy Birthday. I was so jealous. What a good birthday memory. If I ever ask a question, I'll just say it's my birthday every time.
That's what you should do. Just get that free Happy Birthday from whatever group is seeing your video.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But they did like a couple questions, and then they got into more actually like games.
Yeah, which is pretty normal, because they did the same thing at Red Velvet too. Like, they had random questions that people like sent in.
Yeah, because like a fan meet, I guess you just like do that kind of stuff.
The best response though was when like Yuna and Yeji were saying, like, the question was, do you remember when you first like debuted and how was it? And they both said they like called their parents to tell them that they debuted. Their parents just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they said their families were just like, oh, all right, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and that was like it. Like, they just like, oh, how's your day? Like, oh, that's good.
Just a normal day for their parents. Be like, oh, okay, you finally debuted. Like, way to go, kid. I'm proud of you.
Way to do your job.
We'll maybe watch you on TV. Have fun being a celebrity.
Yeah, I know, right? So they answered some questions, and then they got their first game, which was the song guessing game.
Yeah, which was really hard.
I couldn't have guessed any of them.
I only heard like one song in one of the times, so I would have been terrible at that game.
Yeah, it's because they played like 3 songs together at the same time, and then the girls had to go like run up to the mic and put on this like tiara and guess which 3 songs it was, and if they were right, they got a point, and whoever got the most points got a special prize. Because I guess they did the same game in, what was it? Where were they? L.A.
Yeah, L.A.
And like there wasn't a prize, so this time there was a prize, and then whoever got the least amount of points had to do the punishment. Didn't Ryujin get the prize?
Yeah, she won. She got two of the song guessing things right. Like, she guessed the 3 songs twice, and she got it was a I Heart Minneapolis t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, it's just a souvenir t-shirt.
It was literally like, they're like, all right, what is, like, they stopped at like the rest area coming into the state or something. And they're like, all right, I Heart Minneapolis, perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like something cool, like she's gonna get something to eat or like something, I don't know, like, or go find a fan and take a picture with him or something, I don't know, but nope, she got an I Heart Minneapolis t-shirt.
I hope she's wearing it.
Yeah, I hope she enjoyed that.
That was really funny.
And then Yuna lost.
Yuna got the punishment for getting, did she get any? I don't even know if she got any.
She got 0. Remember, there's like that tiebreaker between her and Leah because they were both tied at 0. And then Leah got it.
They played one more round, and Leah got it, and Yuna lost.
So she had to do the punishment, which was 10-second, like, cute heart poses. So she had to do like 10 poses in 10 seconds.
Yeah. And she like
So
messed it up the first time and then had to do it again. So we got 20 seconds of 20 heart poses.
pretty much a true gift.
It was a really great punishment. It was a fun punishment. I think everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good time. Everyone's laughing, having a good time. They really just took that game so seriously.
They really did. There was so much
The best,
so much cheating going on, but it was okay.
yeah, the best was every time that Cherry Young thought she got it right, the guy'd be like, "Oh yeah, high five," and you high five her, and he's like, "No, you're wrong."
He'd be like, "Oh, just kidding, you missed it." He
Yeah,
played
and then
her.
she
He
just be like
played
super
her
bummed.
so many different times.
Eventually, she just got tired of it, and she's like going and posing in front of the fan.
Yeah, there was like a fan in the back, I guess, just kind of off to the stage, and she just like went and stood there, and it was like blowing her hair, and she looked like a model. And then she was doing all these poses, and she was just really goofy the whole night doing stuff like that, and everyone was loving it.
Yeah, my main takeaway from the whole show is that they all are very good at speaking English. Like they all tried super hard to speak English. Well, of course, Lee is from like Canada, so she speaks English. But the other members, you could tell, really like worked on like learning some type of English for the show because they'd answer questions in English and like try their best to speak in English when they could. And whenever Cherry Young said anything in English, it was the most adorable thing I ever heard in
Oh
my
my
entire
gosh,
life.
every time. It was really cool to see how hard they worked at speaking English, even when sometimes they'd have to like mix in Korean with it, they'd still try to like speak English. Like Rujin did that too. Like they all did. So that was very cool. But yeah, anytime they spoke in English, even if they just said like okay or yes or
Or
no,
yes.
it was just like the greatest thing of all time. It was so adorable.
Yeah, they were awesome. They all did a really good job, you know. Uh, what was the second set of songs they played? That's when they did.
They covered
That's when they
they
covered
did some
TT,
cover
right?
songs, and they covered TT by Twice, which was really
Which
cool.
everybody, I swear, like when they came out to that,
Oh
and
my
all the fans
gosh.
were like screaming, it, like I thought they like pierced my
Oh
eardrums.
my
Like it was
gosh, it was
so
so
crazy.
loud. The fans loved TT. I mean, rightfully so. It was awesome. And I still don't know what the second song was. It was a boy group song. I feel
I
like it
feel
was
like
got
it's got to be like a God
I
Seven
think it
song.
was a Got7 song. I forgot to look it up, but they performed like a Got7 song, and it was cool because it was like it was a more like upbeat, like kind of high intensity song, so it was cool to see Itzy kind of go from TT to be more like intense like that. It was kind of like a different like
I just
vibe
want them to
change.
cover all the JYP songs now.
Oh, I wish they did. It was just a whole concert.
But then they came out and played their B side that everybody was waiting for, which was Cherry,
Oh
and
my
that
gosh.
was freaking awesome.
That was like the song of the night. That song is
Like I
really
asked
good,
you,
but seeing it
I'd
live
never
was a
heard it
whole nother
before.
level.
Yeah, I'd never heard it before, and I asked Justin like when it was going on. I'm like, man, why did they not like promote this song? Like
Yeah.
they would have won so many awards, even though
It
they won all the awards anyways. But
it was
it was
so
awesome.
cool. It was so cool with like the bass. The bass
Yeah,
was
'cause
like
we were like
super
right
loud.
next to the speakers,
Yeah, so we just got the
so
full concert experience.
the bass was bumping. It was awesome. But yeah, huge fan. That song was great. Plus, the dance was really sweet. Um, plus, her outfits were all really good.
Yeah, they all looked really great, though. Stylist was on point that day.
Good job, stylist.
Shout out to you.
They let Yeji have her hair down, which was awesome because you don't get to see that all too much.
Yeah,
So that was good.
everyone just looked like a true celebrity out there. I
They
feel
really
like
did.
they all looked like true celebrities, but I feel like they all kind of had kind of just like chill vibes where like even when we went through like the high touch and the picture and everything, it was like I don't know, they just seemed really chill. They seemed just like a really like nice chill group. Not that like Twice wasn't. It's just when we went to Twice and did the high touch, it
Everything
was
was like just so strict
it
and
was
like
like
everything was
literally
like
like going to shake like the president's hand, and
and it's like surrounded by security. It's like super
like it was like
tense.
almost like scary. Like the girls weren't scary. The girls were great, but like if you did anything, like sneezed or something, you're gonna get like tackled and like taken to jail. Like Itzy was a little more relaxed than that, so that was kind of cool to just be like, oh hey, what's up guys, and not worry about like being taken down by some security guard.
Yeah, that was good. Um,
What was the
what
second
was
game? The second game they played was charades. They just played charades, and it was like they started with one member, and then they like went down from each member having to play charades, and then the person at the end had to like say what it was.
Yeah, it was
And
like
they actually
charades mixed
they
with
did really
telephone.
great at that game.
Even though 99% of it was cheated by the fans telling them the answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was cool. It was fun.
It was a good game. It was a really fun game. I think they had to get like 7 right, and they got like 9 or something.
And at least we got to see Cherry Young dance to Beyonce.
Oh yeah, because that was one of the charades, was literally just Beyonce, and she just did all like single ladies, and she like danced the whole thing, and it was just really great. Like if you couldn't get the question right after that, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Also, apparently, Leah just doesn't understand how charades works and doesn't know you can't talk.
She asked it like a lot. She was just like, "We can't talk. We can't say anything." And then
Yeah, we can't,
sometimes
like,
they like
telephone?
legit would just like start talking about the thing, and like a couple times the MC was like, "Nope, new category because y'all are some cheaters out here."
Pretty much, yeah. He shut it down.
But they did really good at that. I was actually impressed how well they did at that. And the big takeaway from that was I learned that Little Red Riding Hood in Korean means red hat.
Yeah, pretty much. I was so confused, but I
Because
guess that
it was Little Red Riding Hood, and they literally like were like, "What are you doing?" like for the charades, and then like Danny had to explain like, "Well, in Korean it means red hat," so that's why they were literally like putting a hat on instead of pulling a hood up, and everyone in the crowd was like, "Oh, okay," like that was something we really needed to know because it looked very confusing.
I was like, these are the worst clues ever. No wonder nobody's getting it.
I was like, "What are they putting a triangle like on their head? Like, what does that mean?" I was like, "Oh, it's a hat. I get it now."
Yeah. Also, apparently, Cherry Young also just does know what a minion is.
No, she doesn't. That was the only
But
one they got wrong was Minion.
yeah, that
When she
was,
was
I
like
don't
the
know what
final
happened there.
person.
But yeah, that was cool. They did the charades game. Um, they all won that, so they all got magnets in the shape of Minnesota,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was
which
their
is
big
weird
prize.
because they all thought they were puzzle pieces that like went together to make something. And the guy's like, no, these are magnets. That's like the shape of Minnesota. Like we're in
It was like
Minnesota.
really hilarious because they all got him and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" They're all so excited and they all came together and tried to like put them together. And he was like, "Nope, that's not how it goes. It's a state." And then they were like pointing to the crowd and asking like,
Which direction it went?
which up and down, left and right, like which way does the state go? And I was like, well, you know what? That's a very logical question.
Because they've probably never seen Minnesota
I was like,
before,
they
so
probably don't really know that much about Minnesota because, why would they? So that was a very
it's
good
true.
question to ask. It was like so adorable though. I mean, it's just one of those things you're like, wow, this is maybe the cutest thing of all time.
And then they closed it down with. That's when they played One It.
Yeah, they played One It at the end, and then they played Dala Dala
Dala Dala.
to finish the concert off.
I was real disappointed there wasn't confetti cannons.
Yeah, that stunk because there were confetti cannons. I just think that they had the front row people were literally like right in the face of it, which they should have shot them off anyway. But I think that's why they
You gotta
did.
blast them. That's why you get money. That's why you gotta buy those tickets for the splash zone. Come
Yeah,
on.
that would legit been the splash. Like the dude's head was literally in front of the confetti cannon, so they're probably
Like
like,
that
you know
dude's
what?
taking
Maybe
an
we should
earful of
not.
confetti.
That would be so funny. They had the confetti cannons there, like because I saw them before the show and I was really excited, but they didn't use them.
I was ready for him to make it rain.
I was too. But yeah, the show was awesome. It was literally like perfect. The timing was perfect. It just like went so quick, and I was like, "Damn, that sucks. It's already over." And then since we were VIP, we had to get in line for all that stuff, which was like a whole. It wasn't too bad. I mean, we had to wait a little while, but it wasn't like twice.
No, I think it was like maybe like an hour or so, but
It was probably like an hour of just kind of going back and forth in the theater and waiting in some lines for. We started out with the picture, and then we did the high touch last. That was like the last thing for everybody.
also it probably took a little bit longer because that one girl like fainted and like nobody was moving because the ambulance people had to come and like
Yeah,
see what was up.
there was a girl that like fainted like way up the line, and they had to have like a whole just staff come down and like help her up, and she was okay, thank goodness. But yeah, that kind of held up things for a little bit.
But the high touch went super quick. The picture's cool because we were like the very last ones. So it was like us and like 4 other people. So we were like right in front of them. They were super nice. They were like, "Oh hey, how are you doing?"
Yeah,
like, "Oh hi."
they just seem like super like normal, just like nice little beautiful people. But yeah, because usually I think they said it was supposed to be 10 people in the picture, and like looking at the chair setup, they were like way far out, like past the group. So if you're on the end, that kind of sucks. But since we only had 5, we literally were just like in front of a member, and it's literally like a team basketball picture. Like we're just
Yeah,
like
we'll have
sitting.
to.
Who
When
are
we get
you
them
in
in, we'll
front
have to
of?
upload the pic. I think it was in front of Cherry Young.
I think you were too, because I was by Ryujin. I think she was to the left of, or Chaerung was the left of Ryujin, and you were the left of me. So
Yeah, we'll have to upload the pic whenever we get it from Sub K.
we will. I have no idea when that's gonna be, but hopefully soon.
We'll put it up on Instagram. We'll add it to our collection with the twice pic.
I'm excited for that picture though, since we're all like right there together. It's literally gonna be like a class photo.
Also, we met our number one new fan.
Oh my gosh, yes. Honestly, the best moment of the whole concert.
Our fan club mom forever, Holly. Shout out to Holly.
Our Holly from South Dakota.
Shout out to you if you're listening to this.
Because we had
You're the real MVP.
She was the best. Like, because we had our Kpop Soul Shop provided hoodies on with our logo and name and everything. Shout out Kpop Soul Shop, our sponsor. Check them out. Go buy all your Kpop stuff there. Use Kpop Kimchi, get 25% off. Check out Kpop Soul Shop. But they sent us some hoodies and they're really dope. And you were wearing yours, and I like wore mine around like my waist. And she said she like saw him. Like, so we were waiting in line to get in line, and we were just sitting there while everyone else is in line, because we're like, we'll just wait for the end, because maybe we'll be able to like get closer in the picture. And turns out we did. But we were just sitting there.
We just didn't want to find the end of the line.
Yeah, and we're just like, we'll just wait for the end. Like, why would we go stand there for an hour? We can just sit. And then this lady just like turns to us, who we weren't even talking to, and was like, "Hey, is this your podcast?" And we're like,
"Oh yeah,
you know what? It is."
Like, how'd you even know that? But okay.
She said she like saw our butts or saw our hoodies or something. I don't know.
Because they were like behind us when we were like at the actual like show.
Oh yeah.
That's where she saw us at. Because like when she came and said it to us, it was weird. Because I had my jacket on over my hoodie, so she couldn't even read the front of it. And like we have our pins that say Kpop Kimchi on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like say podcast on it, so you wouldn't know it's a podcast.
No, yeah, it's just Kpop Kimchi. What is that? Like literally.
So it was kind of random.
Literally just this white lady who just like turns to us and goes, "Is this your podcast?" And I was very confused. And I was like,
"Yeah."
I was so confused. I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Yeah, that's our podcast." And then she asked for our business card.
She's like, "I don't got business cards, but I got these pins. You want a pen?"
And she was like, "Yeah, I want some pins." And I gave her like 5. And then she's like, "Do you have any more?" And then I literally just gave her my whole bag that I had, because I had like a whole bag of pins that you gave
there's
me.
like 50 of them.
There's literally like 50 in there, and I was like, "Oh, here you go." And I just gave her my whole bag of pins. And then, God bless Holly, she went up and down the big ass line, passing out.
She literally just took off and
just
was like giving out pins to everybody.
Didn't even see her. She was so fast. She was passing out Kpop Kimchi pins to everyone in the line, and she came back and gave me the bag, and it was completely empty.
I was like, "Man, you're the real MVP."
Literally, that was like the greatest moment of all time. I was so happy. I was like thinking about it today. I was like, man, that was really crazy. She just like was like, "Hey, what's up? Sure, I'll pass out all your pins."
Yeah, and then she claimed she gave them to some people who said they actually listened to us. And I was like, wow.
So if that's true and you're listening, shout out you. We love you.
Shout out to that one random person. You should have came and saw us.
I wish we saw you, but hey, you have a pin now, so we're happy you have a pin.
Yeah, it's true. You can have that forever.
That was the biggest question ever, is who was the person?
Well, whoever was, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. You're the best. And Holly gave you a pin, and that is our K-pop fandom mom. So thanks, Mom.
Thanks,
that was so random, but it was so awesome. And then we like took a picture with Holly too.
Yeah, so if you want to know who Holly is, or you think you know her, there's literally a picture of her on her Instagram with us.
Yeah. We were like, hey, we have to take a picture with you. So we took a pic with Holly, and I think she had like her daughter there and some of her friends, and they were really nice and cool too. And they were from South Dakota, which was crazy because it was a shorter distance from South Dakota than what we had to drive from Chicago.
Yeah, it is really weird when you think about it.
I was like, oh, you're from South Dakota. That seems pretty far. And she's like, yeah, like 5 hours. And I was like, oh, we actually had to drive farther. Like, I don't know. I didn't realize how actually far away from Chicago we were.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I literally thought she was gonna be like, oh yeah, it's like a 2-day drive or something like that. And she's like, oh, I
Yeah.
was like, half a trip. And I was like, oh man, I was like, I didn't even drive 5 hours. I drove way more than that.
I'm not kidding. That's like what I thought too. I thought she'd be like, yeah, we like flew in a day ago and then stayed in a hotel and then we got a flight in the morning. Nope, it was just 5 hours and that was shorter than ours. I was like, wow, I just don't
Yeah.
know my geography very well, but hey, I'm glad you're here.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you where South Dakota is. So
It's closer than Chicago to
that's all.
Minneapolis.
That's all we know.
It's closer to Chicago than Minneapolis.
But I hope they enjoyed the show. I hope
I hope
everybody
they did
enjoyed
too.
the
I hope the
show.
best for Holly and her daughter and friends. They were the best.
I also hope that one random lady and her daughter sitting next to us get to go see BTS now that they're coming back.
Oh man, that was their where were they from? I forgot, but they were from far away too. It was like a mom who wasn't quite as cool as Holly, but it was just a mom and her daughter sitting next to me and like they like got up and left after the show and then came back because we all had to stay in our seats for the VIP. And they're like, "Oh, we heard there's like a picture or something." I'm like, "Yeah, like you got P2, right?" Or like that was the tickets we got. And I was like, "Yeah, you get like the high touch and a picture." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool. We didn't even know about that." And then her daughter, she was asking her daughter like, "Oh, well, I'll hold the camera while I take a picture. Which member do you want to take a picture with?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it kind of works out like, you go with a group and sit there and like they professionally take the photo and then you go around and like it was just their first time. So, can't knock them at all, but they didn't even have their wristbands. They had to go back and get their wristbands, which other people had to too, but it was really funny just talking to them and they were just like so clueless about the whole like being a VIP experience. And then they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Like we get to go like touch their hand and stuff." I was like, "What tickets did you think you got, guys?" Like I guess they just like
No, they're like we just dropped like 180 so we could just like be
yeah,
front row.
they got like some of the most expensive tickets to just be close, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that. You didn't even know you got perks. What a great day for that little girl. She was probably so stoked.
Yeah, I know, right? She had no
Like
idea.
I get a picture
And
and
then they're
to touch
talking.
their hand.
Then they were talking about how they asked if BTS like was really popular and sold out shows. Their daughter's like, yeah, they sell out shows in like minutes. So and it's funny because right after that they just announced they're coming back on tour. So
Yeah,
hopefully
that
they can
is
go
really.
see
I
BTS.
hope that mom and daughter can get it. Yeah, they're like, oh, so does BTS come to a place like this? And we're like, yeah, kinda, except for like Soldier Field, which is like 80 to 90,000 people, so a little bit bigger than this like theater.
Yeah, kinda.
It was just really funny. I mean, you could tell it was like their first time, but I think they had like a lot of fun, and they got a picture and a high touch, and they didn't even know it. So what a bonus!
What a cherry on top.
Literally, oh my gosh, the best song ever.
Yeah, that was really good. The whole show was really good. I wish I could go just to every stop and watch them play.
I know. I
But
was just like, man, can we just like go to Houston and watch the next one?
if I didn't have to come back to, well, I guess I really didn't have to come back to work. But if I did have to come back to work, I would have been like, yeah, let's just go.
I also didn't understand how somebody got. There was a couple guys that got like a double high touch, and I was very confused by
And,
that. So
and a double picture.
if anybody knows how to do a double high touch, maybe they just bought like two tickets or something for
They
them.
got like double wristbands of both.
Yeah, like how do you do that? Because I want to do that, but I was very confused. Like, so I guess the high touch, they literally just go back in a circle and just like high five everybody's hand again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I didn't know that was even a thing you could do.
Yeah, I didn't either. But the high touch was really good. All the girls were really, really, really sweet,
Their
and
hands are really soft.
they were just all perfect. I was really like, they're all just like awesome. It kind of happened after Twice. I was like, yeah, Twice is definitely my favorite group. And even after Itzy, I'm like, man, is Itzy my favorite group now? Like, they were so cool.
Itzy, if you're listening to this right now, it's great meeting you.
It was
Great
great
show.
meeting you guys. Are super sweet, and
Hopefully you guys come back and we can see you again. Leah, you're a precious angel.
Leah will help you get better at charades.
Yeah, we can. We'll explain the fine art of charades to
Of
you.
not talking during charades. I mean, like, they were all like, I was really blown away by all of them. I mean, Yeji was just amazing. She's my bias, but I was really impressed with like Rujin because she kind of fell to like my least favorite member, but she was just like so funny and just like so goofy and had the goofiest facial expressions. She really wrecked me hard as far as like a bias wrecker on that day. And now I'm just like kind of hooked. I'm like, oh man, that's ultimate bias wrecker right there.
Oh yeah, because we came back to where I live at, went to H Mart to go eat some food, and luckily you found a Rujin poster at Fancy Pencil.
At our favorite Korean store to buy stuff from, Fancy Pencil. I was like, oh well, I have to buy this.
Shout out to Fancy Pencil. Hey, Mom and Dad, sponsor us.
Hey, my gosh, why don't we have a sponsor from Fancy Pencil? That would be the best sponsor of all time.
If anyone goes to H Mart Niles, go to the Fancy Pencil and buy merch.
They gave us 2 free Eyes One posters, so maybe that is a sponsorship.
That is true. My man hooked me up with 2 free Eyes One posters.
And like free pens all the time.
Yeah, they do give us a lot of free stuff because we're their number 1 and number 2 customers. So yeah. They'll even tell you that if you go there and ask.
They're like, hello, number 1, number 2 customer. Like they love us.
Oh, Brian, my number 1 customer.
They love us.
Every time I literally go there and Justin's not there, they'll be like, "Oh, where's Justin, your friend?" I'm like, "Oh, he's like working. It's like a Wednesday night. He's got work. He's in Springfield."
I haven't seen Korean mom in a long time. She hasn't been working. It's been dad, for the most part, which is awesome. But I wanted to see mom. I was like, man, I missed you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Actually, last time I saw her, she asked where you were, and I told her you were working, and she's like, "Oh." And she's like, "We got the new album of one of the groups in," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if we don't really listen to boy groups that much." She's like, "Oh, that's for sisters." I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure they."
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
Because I forgot they came. Man, she just got good memory. I even forgot I had sisters there for a second.
Hey,
I think the funniest.
You spent that much money there, they remember you.
It's true. That's true. The money we do buy a lot of stuff, and then I bought a poster, then we got 2 free ones that day. Luckily, they had Rujin. I was really I was like, yeah, I have to buy this after the concert.
Also, I'm not really sure how many other white people go in there and buy stuff from them all the time. So
yeah, I don't know.
That might be it.
It might just be us. I'm not sure. The one funny story from Fancy Pencil that I always remember is when you asked for, was it when No came out for CLC, or it was some CLC album, and they like didn't have it, and he's like, you were like, oh, I'm hoping that you were gonna have that, and then the dude literally like got on his phone and like called his wife, and they like brought it from their house for you to buy.
Oh yeah, they did. That was the No album.
Was it No? It was some CLC album.
It was I'm pretty sure it was the Black Dress one, because that's when I bought like 3 Black Dress albums.
Oh,
okay. Sure it was. Because I said you got me the one, and they're like, oh, we just got that in new, and then they called and got it in, and I bought the other one from them.
He was like, just wait 1 second, and he like got on the phone super quick and was like, yeah, bring it, yep, okay. And then like 5 minutes later, it was delivered. I was like, man, that is real customer service if I've ever seen it.
He also was like, oh, we have the Ali's One album here. He's like, you already have that one, don't you? I was like, yeah, I do. I got all of them. He goes, oh, too bad the last one was canceled. I'm like, yeah, we tried to order. He goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I tried to get him one, the signed one from M-Wave. He's like, oh, trust me, I know. I tried to order them too. So they just have the best memories of all time.
Just always on the lookout for high quality Eyes One and CLC albums.
They know what we like. Or the one time when we didn't even say one word, and it was when EXID came out with Love You.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy
Literally,
thing ever.
They came out. Was it Love You was a single, which was like so freaking good, and I wanted to buy it. And we literally walked in. We didn't say one word about it to him, and I hadn't seen him in probably a few months. And he literally just brought it from up underneath his desk. He's like, "Here, EXID, new album." And I was like, "Thanks, I'm looking for this." That was crazy.
Yeah,
like there was no hint. There was no like, "Oh, I want EXID." We really walked in, and he brought it up. He's like, "Here you go, EXID, new album." And I said, "Yes, I will take it."
Yeah, that was super cool.
It's just a magical place.
If anybody's here listening to this and they want to go to H Mart Niles, go support Fancy Pencil.
Go support Fancy Pencil. It's our favorite place, and Mom and Dad work real hard.
Yeah,
and you'll get like free posters and pens too. So
they will hook you up with free stuff because they're super dope.
They are.
They're the best sponsor that's not a sponsor of all time.
Maybe one day we'll get them. We should have just asked them like, "Hey, can we just call you a sponsor?"
Yeah.
Maybe next. We're gonna try and get them on the sponsorship list. We're trying
Them
hard.
and Roll Machinery
Rolling
Company.
Machinery, definitely.
Hydraulic hoses while you wait. I wonder if that's still a thing that they say.
I don't know. I feel like we could easily get Roland on there. Just be like, yeah, just mention
Yeah.
hydraulic hoses and you'll be good.
It's funny because for our men's league, my dad always sponsors us. Well, he used to always sponsor our men's league basketball team. And by sponsor, I mean he gave me like $20, and I'd be like, okay. So we put Rollins on the front of our stuff. But the very first year I did it, he told me the only way he'd sponsor our team is if one side of the jersey it said hydraulic hoses while you wait. So
And it
that
did.
was the logo. That was the logo on the front of our uniforms.
That was
But that was
awesome.
what? Shit, that was what, like 10 years ago?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, there you go. Shout out to our sponsors, Kpop Soul Shop,
And
Fancy
Pencil,
Pencil,
maybe,
and
question mark,
Roll-
asterisk.
and Roll Machinery Company.
And Rolling Machinery, asterisk. One day. But yeah, after the concert, back to that. Yeah, we got off a nice tangent there. But yeah, after the concert, we literally did the high touch and like walked out of the door from doing the high touch and walked in the bitter cold Antarctic winds and made it back to the room.
And the saddest part of the whole thing was we had this super, super nice like whole like kitchen set
Oh my gosh, it was so
in the
nice.
apartment. Like it's like a freaking like 10-star kitchen setup. And we literally could not find anywhere to get food at all, so we could like make something to eat.
Yeah, because we were just all like, I mean, we had like the post-concert adrenaline. We're all hyped and like, we're like, oh, we're in like the city and it's, you know, I mean, it was a Sunday night, so I guess that's why everything was closed. We're like, yeah, I'm sure there's like a Walgreens or something we can buy some pizza or something from. And we just could not find anything.
Like literally nothing. So I made like a cup of coffee that probably cost me $50, but
Yeah, you broke
know,
the seal and made some coffee. I drank like the third of my energy drink that I had left, and that was it.
But yeah, the first time we ever go and have like a nice like cooking area, and we literally like couldn't cook anything or make anything.
It was like a legit full kitchen. I mean, because this was a legit apartment, so they had like a full kitchen and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, if we could even have find a place to get some ramen or something, like that would have been the best.
Or like some bagel bites.
Oh my gosh, anything. And we were like starving too, so it would have been perfect.
Yeah, because we went and ate, but we ate at like lunchtime, and we didn't like eat since then. So I mean, it was like a solid like 10 hours.
Yeah, we ate at like a Chili's, probably like 20 minutes away from downtown, but that was like hours before like the concert was over and stuff. So we were like starving, walking. We were just like sliding in the snow, and we're like, all right, we got to find some food.
I thought there'd be like at least like a corner shop or like a little grocery store, like something that's open 24 hours, you know, so you can pop in and get something. Even like a liquor store that would have food or something.
Yeah.
But there's like literally nothing.
There was like one thing, but it was like too far. It was like a 15-minute walk. And we're like, oh, that's like 30 minutes of walking in the cold we'd have to do. And we just were like, maybe if it was warm, we probably would have done it, but it was really freaking cold.
15 minutes there, back's kind of cold.
It was really freaking cold. And it was like snowing and windy as crap.
Yeah, it was crazy weather. But yeah, the show was good. I wish I could see it again. Sad that it's over. But on the other hand, we have two things to look forward to now.
I know it's really funny because, I mean, we like drove home. What?
I was going to say, while we were there, I literally was like, man, I just want to see Everglow.
Yeah, because we drove home, and then once we got back, we went to H Mart and got noodles and stuff there and went to Fancy Pencil. And before I came home, we went to your apartment, and we turned on like an Everglow reality show and just like ate the noodles for dinner. And you were just like, man, I would really love if we could see Everglow. Like, that would be such a cool concert.
Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of Everglow stuff lately, and so I'm just like, man, Everglow would be so sweet to see live. Like, to do, like, the showcase and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
my
then
gosh.
they announced that they're having the Everglow World Tour, and in March they're going to be coming to Chicago.
The next day. And it was funny, too, because I was all sad because the trip was over, and anytime we go to concerts and we leave, I always get, especially K-pop ones, because you just don't know when you're going to see the people again. I always get, like, super hard post-concert depression. I'm always, like, legit very sad when it's done. And then, like, when I was driving home, I was just, like, so bummed. And then the next day, I see in, like, the morning that Everglow is having a world, some kind of tour. And, yeah, they're coming to Chicago in, like, less than 2 months.
So we're going to have to go see that. I'm super hyped about that.
That's going to
And
be
it's like,
I'm, like, so excited.
and even though I'm moving back, that's still like a 1-day trip. Like, you could go there, then go back in 1 day.
Oh, yeah, we can just go there and then eat some Denny's and come home.
Yeah, so I'm just excited about that. That's going to be really good. And it's going to be right after the new song comes out.
I know, they're going to, like, be done, like, probably just done promoting their new song that'll be out soon.
So, yeah, look out for the new song. It comes out February 3rd. I'm really excited about that.
It's not even, like, I think it's on, like, February or March 11th or something, so it's not even that far away.
Yeah, it's like a little more than a month after their debut. Or not debut, their comeback.
Yeah.
For whatever the new song.
So we're definitely going to try and get those big tickets to Everglow. I don't know when they come out, but I'm sure they'll tell us.
And then the other exciting news is they've released official information that IZ*ONE's going to be making their return in February.
So...
Like, officially, it's been announced that they're coming back in February.
Finally, someone said something about their comeback. We talked about that so much on our road trip, just like, yeah, it's cool IZ*ONE's coming back, but, like, when?
Yeah, like, saying they're coming back doesn't mean anything unless they actually come back.
Yeah, I need some dates, and now we got a month, I guess, so that's a step in the right direction.
Official word by the actual company and Mnet is they'll be back in February.
I'm excited.
So
a couple weeks.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good.
I hope somehow we can see IZ*ONE. That would be awesome.
Great. Hopefully, maybe we'll get lucky. It'll be like a super bomb-ass like KCON lineup and we can go to it or something.
Yeah, maybe they'll go to KCON and we can make that happen.
Or maybe CLC will come and we can go see CLC.
I hope. That was the one thing, because I was going to say another thing that I was stoked about is that Idol's having a tour in America too, or a world tour. And there's no dates, so we don't actually know where they're going. But they are going on a world tour sometime pretty soon. And that's really cool. Like, I obviously want to go to that, but it was kind of bummed. Like, it does kind of stink that we couldn't get anything like that with CLC.
Dude, CLC doesn't even have a friggin' light stick yet, and Idol has a light stick and is going on a world tour. They've only been a group for not even like a year.
Yeah, I'm just like, dang, can we not have CLC come tour like 5 cities in the U.S.?
Like, if you can afford to send Idol over here, you can afford to send CLC over here. Like,
that's what's, I don't know. I was like happy, but then bummed at the same time. I was like, dang.
Come on, Cube.
Like, can we not? And did Idol go to KCON at all? I feel like they did.
I don't know if they did or not.
I don't know. I can't confirm.
I just remember Everglow supposed to, and they didn't.
They didn't. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, CLC was never there for like KCON anything either.
Dude, could you imagine going to a KCON like last year when it was like Promise 9 and Everglow and IZ*ONE?
That would have been the best. And like Chungha too. Like,
Chungha was there.
So cool.
Man,
and
that's
Momoland.
crazy.
Wait, was Momoland there?
Oh, I think they were. Momoland's like always there. They like it like every year.
They're just a KCON staple.
Speaking of Momoland, #free Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy is in the dungeon for real.
Like hardcore in the dungeon.
Like, I don't know if she's gonna get out of it.
Like, MLD is so sketchy. I honestly, if I didn't like the members of the group, I would not support them at all because...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not fair. Free Daisy.
It just, like, doesn't make sense when... I guess they're just, like, mad because... Well, I guess it started when she, like, dated that guy and they, like, put her in the dungeon. And then she, like, kind of talked bad about the show recently about how it's rigged and all that stuff. And then, like, now she's, like, put even more in the dungeon.
Yeah.
She's, like, trying to leave and she legit cannot leave.
I don't know. It's all... Hopefully something happens and, like, it can get solved, but...
Yeah. Free Daisy.
Free Daisy 2020. #free Daisy 2020.
Yeah, start that.
Let's go.
We're starting to GoFundMe. We're starting to GoFundMe for Daisy. So if you want to donate to like the $900,000 that she needs to get free from her company, let us know and you can donate it to us.
And we will. If I had the money, I would just send her the money so she could be free.
Oh yeah, I wish I could just like. I wish I was just like some billionaire so I could just free her and then make my own company and be like, here, you can come be the star in this girl group.
That'd be the best.
That would be the best.
Also, other cool stuff. Apparently, one of the other girls from Produce 48 just signed with Cube, Yuchang.
That's a big deal.
I know. So if this means Cube's signing other trainees up, that must mean they're going to debut another group here in a little bit with Cho on. But also on the downside, that means CLC is probably not going to be around much longer.
I don't know. I just wish that we could get just like the 5-city CLC tour and they could just come to Chicago.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be one if they like that would get so much love. That would get so much love. If they
came to like one place, like, oh, we're gonna go to like frickin' Texas or like New York for like a show, I would definitely like fly there just to go see them.
Yeah, we'd have to try and make it happen, or at least you would have to try and make it happen.
I don't even know if I like planes, but I do it.
Maybe they'll go to KCON.
Yeah. Hopefully they do something.
Yeah. They're supposed to be coming back with a full album, though.
That is true. So hopefully...
Like very soon.
Hopefully that happens, like I said, fairly soon. I don't know. Everything's so sketchy. It's so crazy. I'm also kind of confused by their whole like little comeback thing they had for like their stage. Yeah. Where they redid Hobgoblin with a different like breakdown in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what that was related to or like why that happened. Because I feel random. Because Hobgoblin's not like a recent song. I mean,
no, not at all.
They've had a lot of songs come out since then. So like to showcase that like specifically on a special stage on like M Countdown is kind of a big thing. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's just kind of weird.
No, it was an amazing stage, and everyone was awesome. I just was kind of confused as well. I just didn't really get it, but I wasn't mad about it. I kind of just thought if they were going to do that with CLC, maybe that meant they were coming back like really soon, just to kind of get some momentum, you know.
Putting like a spoiler out like for like the song, you know, like so, like how they did with like No and Black Dress and stuff,
right?
Or Me, but. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but hopefully they come back soon. Also, if you haven't looked up that stage, go look that up. That's my recommendation for you. Go watch the 2020 Hobgoblin M Countdown stage because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's dope.
At least they're trying to keep them around and relevant, I guess.
I guess.
I mean, that's a plus.
Because they also want their album to come, and I just love if they could get a tour. Because if Idol can get a tour, CLC should get a tour.
Because they also put the 96 liners in that group for the G stage.
Yeah, with like Joy.
Which is kind of random. But yeah, so Soren and Eugen and Songyang were over there with like Haben and a girl from WSJN and somebody else. But
yeah,
they like performed G too. So I mean, that's multiple stages where a couple members have been like noticeably put in performances.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what's going on with Cube or like what they're thinking there, but
I don't know.
Hopefully that only means good things.
I hope. I think it will. I mean, their full album has been like rumored for a while now, so hopefully that can come true.
Hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll have an Eyes One comeback, a CLC comeback, and a Everglow comeback.
And then everyone can go to KCON.
The only people we're missing is Promise 9.
Yeah, we need a Fromus 9 coming, but I don't know when that's going to be because of all the controversy with their voting and whatever.
I think one good sign about it, though, is that they still are, like, posting videos to the, like, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're just, like, completely dormant. They're, like, still, like, uploading stuff, like, weekly for that. So.
Definitely. And I was going to say, if Eyes One can work through all that voting manipulation, I think Fromus 9 should be okay, or Idol School should be okay.
Also, it helps that Promise 9's like a permanent group. Like, it's not like a yearly thing. It's like an actual group under a label.
I wish they would have a showcase tour like Itzy did. They'd be so fun in that like setting.
Oh man, that'd be crazy.
I mean, really any group, but they would be so good.
I'd pay so much money to go see that.
It would be awesome. But I will say, I am just glad we have some stuff to look forward to here coming up. I mean, literally, we can see Everglow in like less than 2 months, so that's pretty dope.
I'm just happy there's actual comebacks happening because I feel like the whole month of January, nothing really exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, luckily we got to see Itzy because other than that, there wasn't a ton going on.
Yeah, so I'm just happy to hear that there's comebacks happening.
Yeah.
It'll give us some more stuff to like talk about, and well, we can live react to the videos when they come out since
We'll be together.
We'll be together, so it wouldn't be anything to just like hang out for like 10 minutes and watch the video.
No, not at all. We'll definitely have to do that.
Yeah, we got some other stuff we're gonna do now that I'm gonna be moving back.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it all out, make it bigger and better. But I think that does it for this episode. We pretty much just wanted to recap. We didn't really have anything planned, so we're like, let's just talk about our trip again because it was so fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was super fun.
It was
totally
so fun. I mean, it was so much like driving and stuff, but even the driving was a fun time too. Like literally anything we did was a good time.
Also, again, we've said in other episodes, if you get a chance to go see like your favorite artist or somebody come, go do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Obviously, some people don't have the money to do it, but if you have like the means to do it and you have the opportunity, like, do it. Like, don't think you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, because this was like not just some like easy thing because, it was expensive and we had to drive very far and we had to both like pull strings to get off work on Monday so we could drive back. So it wasn't like some easy thing to just do. And we could have just been like, we'll be busy so we can't go. But like, you're right. If you have a chance and can make it happen, you need to go see your favorite idols because it is so worth it. And you don't know when you'll ever see them again. They might not come back for years or ever. Like, you just don't know. So you have to definitely take advantage of it when you can.
And like seeing groups in person will definitely like take them from like, oh, I like this group to wow, like this is like my favorite group.
Oh my gosh, that's going on with Itzy right now. I'm like, dude, are these my favorite 5 human beings in the world? Is this my favorite K-pop group of all time? Are they just like the best? And I think they are.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you if they were.
They're just so fun. It was such a good show. I'm so glad it all like worked out and we were able to go because it was just such a good time.
Yeah,
I just wish I
awesome.
could you said it already. I wish we could just like be rich and not have to win the lottery and then like literally follow them on every tour or like every city they're going to. Like that would be so fun.
That would be super fun, especially since if you're like, I'm gonna follow them for a whole tour, it's like 5 stops in like 2 weeks.
That's true. And they changed up some of the stuff they did from LA to when we saw them, so then they probably would make each show just a little bit different than the one before.
Yeah, that's true. They did different stuff in each one.
They played like some different games and had different punishments and did some different things. So
they even had like different outfits.
They did, so that's cool.
So it's kind of like personalized for each place,
which is like really cool. I think that's just cool about kind of K-pop in general, how they really do care about where they are. Even like not in their own country, they care about where they are and their fans there and like what they do. So
yeah, hopefully they come back next year, like later this year, K-Con or something.
It was crazy though, looking at they had a little break video just saying all of Itzy's achievements and YouTube views and just awards and stuff they've won, and it hadn't even been a year of them being a group yet. So that was just like really like, oh wow, I forgot that they're like still rookies.
Oh yeah, they're still like huge rookies. Like they haven't been around very long at all. Well, I mean, I showed you the post. They've been around for like they were introduced like a year ago, like a couple days ago. So
yeah, so they're just now a year and a couple days.
Yeah, they've got a big bright future ahead of them.
They do. So we'll hopefully see them again. They'll be back, or we'll go see them. Who knows?
Maybe they'll come see us.
I wish. That would be the best thing.
Kpop Kimchi Podcast.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll be so huge and rich and famous that we'll be our special guest. We can play charades with Leah. Mark it down. Awesome. Heard it here first. We're going to play charades with Leah. It's going to be fun.
Nobody's going to win that
Dream big. Yeah, there's no prizes on the Kpop Kimchi Podcast.
Yeah. We don't got the funds for that.
Except buttons.
Except buttons and stickers.
But I think that'll do it for this episode. It's bedtime for both of us. But it was fun to talk about, though. It was fun to reminisce on the trip, even though it was only a few days ago, because it's always super fun.
I still like watch the videos I took because they were awesome.
Oh, yeah. Same here. I just, miss it. I'm just like, damn, I miss Itzy a lot.
I think they're supposed to be able to come back in the next, month or so, too, so...
They should. Actually, I mean,
probably
if you
after
look
they're done
at
with their tour, they probably will.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're gonna... JYP always keeps them busy, so it makes sense.
It's true. But if you want to go see us post about our events or talk about our events, you can go follow us on our social medias.
That is a good point.
On Instagram.
Instagram
is Kpop Kimchi 101, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
You'd think I'd know it since I run it, but I don't know, man. It's
sometimes,
freaking late.
yeah, sometimes you're just on it so much you just forget what it even is.
I'm like, and then what's the Twitter one?
It's just Kpop. I think it's Kpop _101, but it's Kpop Kimchi 101. Just search that and you'll find it.
Okay. I don't know why that just really confused me, but whatever.
It's just late.
But or you just follow us on our personal accounts. Mine's Fograw, TOHB.
Mine's Justin, TOHB. Follow us there. Talk about K-pop. Become our friends and ask for buttons because we have a ton, so we need to get
if you want a button, we'll send you a button.
All the buttons you want.
Look us up on iTunes and Spotify.
And soon YouTube.
You can also email us if you have something interesting to say or you want to say you don't like us or we need to talk about other things. And, recommendations at Kpop Kimchi Podcast at gmail.com. I was thinking the other day, I don't remember if I said yahoo.com or gmail.com last time we did this, but it's gmail.com.
I feel like you said Gmail.
Okay, cool. So it's still the same.
The email didn't change.
Yeah, so Kpop Kimchi Podcast at gmail.com.
If that doesn't exist, send your email to Yahoo. And they will.
Yeah, just use one of the two, it'll show up.
Either or. You'll 50% chance.
Yeah, go write us a review on iTunes or just give us a listen.
And we'll love you forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, for all the people who have come back to listen, thank you so much. You're literally the best people in the whole world, and we love you. And if you're new, welcome to Kpop Kimchi. We like K-pop, if you haven't noticed, so try to listen again.
And Holly, if you're listening to this, thanks.
Holly, Kpop Kimchi Mom, we love you so much, and yeah, you're the best. Hopefully we can see you one day in the future. That'd be really cool.
One day our paths shall cross again.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Just like Andrew WK guy. But yeah, Holly, you are the GOAT. Thanks for being our fandom mom out here.
Man. All right, cool.
All right, yeah. For me, Justin, and for Brian, we are the Kpop Kimchi Podcast. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Free Daisy.
Free Daisy. 생각 없어